I'm so sorry. Before I introduce anything, I'm so sorry for this one. If it goes south, I'm so sorry. Anyway, hello everyone. My name is Daniel once again. Welcome to the Search podcast. Today I'm with my boy.
You can't.
My one and only.
You can't.
I can introduce yourself, Daniel.
It's just Teekay. Literally on every podcast. Hey,
You're shaking.
I was in podcast there, G platform. It's just Teekay. Yeah.
Government name.
Tokologo.
Anyway, yeah, so
like
today, guys, when I have a different perspective, I know I always talk about good things, love, loyal men and everything. I have someone who's different. So
we ain't going down that road.
we're not going down that route. First question, poison.
Sure.
Why are you gay? Why are you gay, poison?
Why am I gay? Man, I'm just
living, man.
Yeah.
Living.
So
I'm just living. I'm happy. That's what the other meaning for gay means.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm happy.
So lately, what are you busy with? What are you busy with? What is Teekay up to?
Lately, the mandem is looking into business. Business, school.
Oh, you have business. What do you do? What do you
I do piercings and tattoos.
do you have people to?
Second, yeah. I put people to second that.
His nose for one.
Yeah. So with the business, like what are the benefits? Like what's one thing? Okay, one crazy thing that happened.
One crazy thing. And his hands don't want to pay.
Have you made a mistake?
Oh, have I made a mistake?
That's Katlewo, by the way, the background.
Yeah, that's the ghost.
Yeah. What was the craziest thing that happened?
Mistake, yes, I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pierced the wrong thing, the wrong time. And the blood came gushing out, yo.
Yeah.
The craziest thing is these females don't want to pay. They do anything, literally. Anything to seduce a man, to get a free tag or a piercing. They be coming up with these, can I get a clit piercing?
Really? You haven't done a clip piercing?
Nah.
But you haven't done nothing, my boy.
Nah,
Can I be done?
No, you don't.
I'll hold the titties.
That I've done.
You've held them.
Yeah, I mean, I've pierced the teacher, so I have to hold.
Can I come and hold them? Then you?
You can.
Quality, man. Call me for properties, not just.
We'll concession.
Hey, just come and think. Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Crazy.
So the one I paid.
The craziest one that led me to not doing this clit piercings is the sun came. She wanted it so close to her thing, to her vagina. At the end, yes, she squirted off the machine alone. I don't know how. And then
True story.
True story.
True story now.
True story. The machine, it obviously vibrates.
Isn't it painful though?
Hey man, it is.
Yeah.
But not as painful. They say it's just
So
as much as
she's into pain.
yeah.
If she's got it through.
I mean, she alone. And then after that,
This went. Hey.
after this whole thing, she don't want to pay because she's like, you can see how you cut me. So how about we finish it another way?
Did you finish it that way?
You know me. I mean, it was just the both of us. It was at my house, even.
Boy, you're selling your business bad. Bad.
Nah, that's what I
Because
stopped.
most people they feel like most people need to be professional.
That's what
So-
I stopped after. I'm like, it's not like I initiated the thing.
Yeah,
I was not there mentally.
But if you own a business, no matter what temptation you might get, you must still stay professional. Don't you think? Because now next thing I can't even send my hand to you because now I'm worried. Let's say my hand, she's like to me, I'm like get a piercing. Teekay is the last person I'll think of. I'm like this thing makes this hand squared. So of course, hey. And imagine the thing I never got his hand too squared, and then you are there with the with a machine, but it's not even you.
It's not even me. It's not even me. Well, she was just fully turned on. She was doing wrong.
Hire me, boy. Mother, we took this there. Yeah, so when it comes to you, clearly you are you more into relationships or you're more into vibing? Which one do you prefer more?
If it gives me peace, I'm more into that. And lately it's just been vibing.
Wow, what's your take on vibing? Because I feel like a lot of people I keep using this thing of our age. Hey, yes, the next thing you find in my age, you're like, hey, bro. Anyway, people of our age, I feel like they're ought to vibing more than relationships. What do you think that is? And why do you think you also you're going, towards that route?
It's different because with most people, they're doing it for the fun. I met who yesterday, now today I'm with this one. You know, they do it for pleasing, the social media vibes and everything. I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it. I'm staying single and vibing.
Why?
Because are you scared?
Are you scared of commitment?
Yeah, and I don't trust these hands.
Why?
So you have trust issues?
Big time. I don't trust these hands.
Well, like, is it trust issues about you or is something that happened to you that made you become that way?
It's about me, and it's more that I'll never be enough for one hand. You know.
Dig more. What do you mean elaborate?
Like, there's always someone, especially in this generation, there's always someone better than you. And these hands are trying to get better. They're not trying to build better. You know what I mean?
Let him cook.
Crazy.
Like right now, I should come to you and be like, yo, Daniel is all I want. And then cat pulls that through with a new milk. They go into cat.
Yeah.
Man, them comes with a beamer.
Same thing. So
they keep moving.
So you think that's the reason why you have trust issues?
Yeah, that's why. Because, like I said, I don't believe I'll ever be enough.
That's like when you say you are not enough. In what manner do you feel like you never satisfy a hand because of your own insecurities, or you feel like you just not enough in general? Is like they're always gonna look for something more?
Nah, it's more based on the sexual part. I know I can do that. It's about the.
You're confident there?
Me? What's Teekay without confidence?
Yeah.
what's Teekay without confidence?
Crazy business.
But you know, it's more on the. I'm not there financially to provide. Can't provide certain things that are enrolling in this new.
Is it social media that's making things like this for us as Gens?
It's social media, yes. Thank you for it's social media. Like the pressure is coming from there. So to unpressurize myself,
you stick to vibing.
I go the way I go.
And when
I sway the way I sway.
And when you touch on the whole thing of like you feel like financially you're not there yet, which leads to you opting for the road that's easier for you, which is vibing, right? So I feel like don't you think that's building more weak men because we're choosing the easy road? Because in our fathers they were willing to stick through thick and thin, even though we come back home eating cabbage every night, you know. They were willing to make it work with the partner and everything like that. So when you say just because you're not there financially, so you feel like you can never maintain a relationship, does that,
like I like the fact that you said our fathers. Your mother could go to your father and eat cabbage and accept it. How many hands can you bring over and say, all I have is cabbage?
Yeah.
But also, Diana, come forward.
No.
But also, don't you feel like you had a point though? Because back then dating was different.
It was different.
There was no media, there was no pressure and things like that. But in the day, if you true to yourself and you stick to what you know, don't you think you're gonna attract that type of person? Because from what I'm taking from you, it's a thing of like you saying you're scared, right?
Yeah.
And also your scaredness is coming with this thing of like you beating your own insecurities. You having this wall up, which I feel like a lot of us were doing, and no one is even talking about it. Where we just have this wall up, where like I'm gonna be a fuckboy. And with a lot of fuckboys, there's a background story as to why they became like that, and which is like financial wise. You don't trust this girl's based on what you've been through?
Yeah, based on what I've been through. Women are just frail, man. They're out here, they take whatever thinking they're building themselves, not realizing that
Is there something like I feel like there's something that you're not touching deep? Like, is there someone that you feel like you gave your all to, and then regardless of who you were, like true to yourself and things like that, they still let you down to a point where you feel like, you know what, I'm done with these hands.
Yeah, there's two in fact. Two.
Double homicide.
One of them goes a bit deeper, and then the other one, you know,
I don't know.
actually down there. I can't say by name. Yeah,
Okay.
you check. So I moved to Northwest this year for school, right?
Okay.
So February things happened to get a little bit shaky at home,
Yeah.
and then financially also. So I couldn't deliver the way I was delivering before, what you would ask for and what you would do, and then it ended up into
Did you communicate about it though?
I did. I became very clear about it.
Yeah. Nothing changed.
Nothing changed. That's what led to the entire thing. The whole breakup actually. She's one I can say I tried. No.
So after that, you were like, you know what, I'm done with relationships. Basically, you just wanna stick to.
I've been done before, and that just made it clear that I'm done.
Or like, that's the thing, like you're done, you're giving it a try, then you're
Right.
like, you know what, let me
Let me
be done.
Let me be done, and then
It was shy.
it was time.
But do you feel like, let me say, because there's even this guy today that we're having a conversation as gents. He has this thing of like, he's like, I can't get those girls because I'm not there financially. Like I feel like I need to get a job for me to be able to have a relationship. But also I feel like that thing is coming from a weak spot. You know, I just feel like in a way, like there's still something that you make, you know, there's still certain amount that you have month end or during the month. So with that, don't you think like you can actually make a relationship work? Because I feel like this lately we're just blaming this thing of like, you know what, I don't have money. When I start working, I'm gonna have the perfect girlfriend. And then you start working, then you realize, you know what, that guys with money who can't even pull one girl. You know, then it comes to the thing of like, there are guys with money but don't have game, then there are guys with game but don't have money. Which leads to, which one would you say you actually stand on? Because in the day, I just feel like if you true to yourself and you know what you stand for and you know you're good with your words and things like that, I feel like you can actually pull any relationship. You can make it work regardless of them.
But now I'll be manipulating her to stay. Because if I'm using my words to really maintain the relationship and not give her what she actually wants, I'm manipulating her to stay.
So you're a true man to your so you would rather not lie.
I'd rather do drugs than lie. I mean, I could say I'd rather not lie because when I'm even cooking, like, you know, when I'm finessing, I'll be touching on the lie.
Yeah, I feel like every guy, at some point, there's a lie that
You know,
that we're pushing, yeah?
be telling you your rose smell like Paris. I've never been there. I've never been there.
Yeah.
I've never been there. So it's just crazy. It's a lot, man.
So when do you feel like this thing of yours is gonna end where you're opting for vibing and things like that? Because I won't lie, like getting, for me, for instance, like it's easier for what I've learned and what I've been through, it's easier for me to get a hand to vibe with and to actually make a relationship work. You know?
It's much
Like
easier.
it's vice versa. Back then it was easier to be in a relationship and hard to find someone to vibe with. Now it's like I find like it's much like women made it easier.
It made it easier. Like nowadays, you can go to a woman and be like, "This is what I want," and she'll agree.
And you can even be like, I'm in a relationship, I just want you to be one. Because in the day they're also looking for the same thing.
But don't know how to ask.
So when do you think you're gonna end?
When I'm gonna end,
Do you think like financially wise, or you just feel like what's your reason?
I was once told you can never be enough financially, you know.
Okay.
So with that, I'm gonna say when I'm enough financially and I get a woman who meets my financial needs, like a woman who can ground me basically, who can tell me, "Hey, yo, dog, I can see this is how things are going. Can we go about them differently?" You know what I mean? Like instead of her asking me to go to Rockets all the time, shock me, man. Be like, "Hey, I see you get like at least 400, 500 at the end of the month that you have, that you can do anything with. Let's try multiply that."
Okay.
Then that's when I feel like, okay, let's
And
see how far.
I feel like as gents, like we all want that hand that's like perfect. We all want that hand that's gonna ground us. Even Katie speaks about it a lot. But I feel like in most cases, I feel like there's never every hand is the perfect hand. It just needs the right person to tune into that direction. You know, like I feel like even hands who play, who groove and things like that. Like one thing about a girl, once she makes up her mind about something, there's a hand that I know that I used to groove boy. Like, but she got a job, then she stopped. Like she completely just stopped. You know, so I feel like also as gents, we have this thing of like, we're thinking we're gonna find this girl, like, you know, she's just perfect. Like you find it, then you're like, okay, this one she's the one she's perfect. But at the end of the day, it's a thing of like, which is the moral thing of like, which I always preach about. Like, as a man, if you don't lead, how do you expect the hand to follow or to be the perfect woman if you don't show a way to step or what type of characteristics that you're looking for in a relationship?
Right now, you can never be sure if she's gonna be the right one for you or the next person, because you might try and build her, but you're building her for the next person. How is that gonna leave you?
And that's the thing. That's the part you never gonna know. You never know until you try. But I feel like we're scared to try.
We scared to try.
I won't like even me. There's a point where I'm even scared to try.
The reason why I feel like us men, are scared to try is because we understand how we heal. We don't heal the same as women. You can't wake up the next day and be like, you know what, fuck it. As much as you do that fucking thing, it's gonna fuck you up mentally, and then you're gonna keep playing and playing. So
and it puts you in a dark place because
it puts you in a very
as
dark
guys
place.
we break up with the hand now and then we deal with it now. And for women it's mostly a thing of like she can break up with you like 3 months ago, boy.
Dude, you see,
She can leave you 3 months ago and the next thing when she breaks it to her
she's over it.
Yeah.
And you now we're starting the process of going with it. See, it's not gonna leave you fucked up.
So how do you feel like as because personally I want my responsibility, okay, for this channel for instance also it's a thing of like just guiding men. As much as I need guidance, I also want to guide other men through things that we're all facing, but no one wants to talk about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So this is like a safe place for guys to be like, also for women also to learn, also to be like, okay, maybe I was taking this in the wrong way. As much as you are doing what you're doing, I bet there's 100,000 more guys that can relate. Like, you know what, I just want to be a fuck guy. I just want to, smash and go. But in the day, like, where does that lead? If every guy is becoming like that, when will a woman, because women are saying men are shit, honest, men are what, dogs, and this is that Drake, that's what Drake is taking out that album for all the dogs.
For all the dogs.
Yeah, so I feel like when will we stop? When will we be like, you know what, this is the path that I'm taking? Because if you continue like that means someone else is gonna say it. And kids are watching. I'm not like, there was even this kid the other day, he told me some story about me. I was like, shit. I was like, shit. I don't, like, we don't even notice it, but like what we do, it actually has an impact even on the youth. As much as you are just pushing your own thing, vibing and things like that, but there are also kids that are watching that grow up, that are, like when they're growing up, they wanna be like, when I grow up, I wanna be like Daniel. There was a kid who was like, growing up, I saw you with different things. I'm like, does this kid know I was saying shit during that whole time? Like, I mean, it's not that, like, at some point, it's not that you wanna vibe, but it's just a thing, it's just the option that you have, because every woman you're giving your all to.
It became a you thing. Like,
it has become a you thing, but I also learned that it only becomes a you thing if you let it be a you thing. And it's a hard thing to quit. Let's not like being a fuckboy.
It is.
I feel like it's harder quitting than it is getting into it.
Getting into it, yeah. But hey, man, it's crazy.
It's sticky. Because like our life, it's nice. It's nice to go online and see like 10 hands texting you. You say good morning, text you 20 hands, and you feel like you get that validation. Because I feel like men lately we just need that validation. We go to our boys like, I got this fresh hand, And then the day, like out of those 10, there's maybe someone who has potential, but you are not in a place to even see it because
you can't see it.
You can't see it because you of the situation and where you're standing.
Yeah. Man, I've lost a lot of good women because of this.
Oh, you should know.
I have lost.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually do know.
Yeah.
I lost a lot. Nah. But now because I lost so much, I don't think I'm ever gonna get the same.
So you feel like you're just gonna continue your way until
I'm gonna continue my way until I just have kids and a woman that takes care of my kids.
How do you see your life? Like, do you see marriage? How do you see it?
To be honest, I do want to get married, but I just don't know how much it's gonna take out of me to get there. But I want to be
your end goal. So your wish. So basically, you are quote unquote a player, but you're also a player who's looking for something.
You could say it like that.
So if you find out of all the hands that you're vibing with, or maybe the hand you're vibing with, or right now you're not, but if you find someone who has the qualities you're willing to settle down for,
I will.
So you believe in the whole thing of like test all the apples until you find the right one?
Sure. Yeah, actually, just lay them down.
But those a hand was like to me, she wishes she never experienced that whole thing because at some point it's a waste. Because even for me personally, I wish like I never went through the whole phase that I went through, the whole playing phase, the whole vibing and all those stuff, because it gets addictive and it's a thing of like you don't even know when to stop. Because even if you find that, like you said, you lost a lot of good hands because you don't even know what you had when you had it.
Yeah, I didn't.
So at the end of the day, like we are attracting what we are, but at the end of the day, also them, like also the girls, because I feel like as a woman, if you're vibing and you keep on showing potential, at some point she'll be asking you like, what are we? And then at that point where she's asking, and it's fun now, the point where they'll be asking you, what are we or what do we want? It's a point where you even having more of hair. Because there's a lot of hair. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's easy. Like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how guys say I can't find a hand. Like it's easy to get a hand to vibe with. Like it's so easy.
It's so easy.
But it's hard to get a girl to be in a relationship with. And I don't know how is that so. Like I don't even know how it happened until
I feel like as soon as a hand like that it comes up, okay, well, how it's been happening with me, when a hand comes up, it's like, hey, yo, what are we? Or maybe one of those lines, but I really like you. I get scared.
And you feel like they're playing also.
I get scared.
Because we're vibing.
This one is trying to pull some.
Because we're vibing. Oh, I took you from Jabu. And you're going to Peter.
Now you want me.
Now you want me. Of course, bosses will come and take you from me.
So it's very
scary.
shaky.
Like, I don't know how it's scary.
It's very scary. And then that's when we start distancing ourselves, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We distance ourselves as soon as we start hearing such words. Like we like I say, women like guys they can't get, and we like women we can't have. But as soon as they show us that you can have all of me, we start to find it. We run.
We find it funny.
We find it funny. We run.
So with the whole thing, I feel like it gets to a point where we're just like, you know what? It's better if you don't. It's better if you don't explore. I've come to a conclusion where like I feel like it's better if I just don't.
It's better not to have a time.
Hey, starting something else.
It's better not to have a time because
no, I understand. Like getting a bed is nice, but that bed will bed your heart, but she'll play with you like nobody.
She'll bed your heart.
Like I wonder, there was a bed I used to have also. Like I was gonna do anything to make it work. Nah. But for her, I realized I was not there. I was not there financially yet to a point where she would take me serious. Because in the day, she could have been asking me for cash for food. At that point, I don't have. I'm working. I'm getting paid month end. I got things to do. I got bills to pay. I got.
Yeah.
So in the day, I felt like you said, she didn't understand to a point where I was like, you know what? It's not that. I've been told, I was like, listen to me, right? The way you're acting like you're a side chick. Because you keep asking me about this thing, you saw Tokologo, you keep asking me about this thing, you saw TikTok. I understand I can get that for you, and I can get it for you. But in the day, what happens if there's an emergency, something that really needs me to step up, but I can't because you already took my last 600 over something that you wanted, or maybe makeup or something. You feel me?
Yeah.
So in the days, like, as much as you wanna build someone, if they don't see it, or they don't see the vision that you're trying to show them, then the day's gonna be, that's why it's a back and forth thing. Which makes me wonder, like, what do we have to do as guys or as women also? What do they have to do for us to actually be like, you know what, I want you, you want me? Like, I still believe in that. I like the old type of, I was not there, but I like the old type of love, boy.
I mean, it's crazy when
we fathers write letters, and then three boys in, they see each other once a month, you know what I mean? And they're still loyal.
Now you go once a month, you find in a 5-year relationship.
Once a month, week, boy.
Yo, right now you go missing for 1 month.
That was a hard break. I'm pushing 9 months. She was in a 2-year relationship. Boy, I was like, what?
Hey, now you go missing is time.
And that was the thing of like, now we rekindle things. Like, I just feel like everyone just playing games, and it comes to a point where like, which are most people that I talk about, like, if you don't have God, I don't know, but I feel like if you don't have morals, men who won't stand for something, will fall for everything.
For sure.
You feel me? So at the end of the day, if as a guy you don't have morals, I just feel like as guys, I'm gonna put the responsibility on guys because I'm a guy, and I feel like growing up, I've seen even my close friends, they lead their relationship, and I feel like the way if you lead it, at some point the woman will follow. Because in the day, a man is only important as much as to what he can provide. The value. You only has value based on what he can provide. So at the end of the day, if you provide whatever that you can provide, but as long as it's within your budget, you're not killing yourself trying to impress a woman. Because I used to think like, you know what, I'm not out of my way. As long as she's happy, you know what, we wanna be happy. And I realized at the end of the day, I'm draining myself for this person.
Emotionally, physically,
and I'm sorry to say this, but women are selfish. Like they are to their core. they can't even help it themselves, but those people are selfish.
True.
And so it's like it's in their nature. Like I've tried to see women in a different manner, but like some of it comes from a good place. You know, it comes from like to them don't really see it, but at the end of the day, you can literally give her anything, everything. But the moment you stop providing, it's like that movie Acrimon or something like that.
Yeah.
To a point where they can only take it to a certain extent, because I understand they'll be like, nah, find the one that will stand by you.
Mhm.
But to what extent?
Also for them, it's like it's tricky for them. How long are they gonna wait for you to, you know?
And the competition we have, boys.
In the competition,
I can't be
nowadays,
walking there, then a guy comes with this, you know,
you
with
make
this
money,
R,
you go
boy,
suffer.
he makes his R. That's why I feel like at the end of the day, if you know what you stand for and your woman loves you for you, eventually you're gonna find the right person. And I'm not like obviously this hand that you lost, she was not worth it. She was not, because clearly her mind was somewhere else. She thought she can find someone who's literally better than you. You know, because in the day,
How do you feel about sugar daddies?
That's just an idea, really. Because women are in love with sugar daddies based on what they can get at the moment that we can't give them at that moment. I mean, if right now honey comes up and like, can I have an iPhone 14? With what? With what?
yeah.
With what? And then the sugar daddy, she's gonna get that. And also there's girls that I feel like these girls that are into sugar daddies and people who spend
They have a relationship. What? 80% of them have a relationship with a poor guy.
that's what I was about to say. They know what struggle it is.
Mm.
They've been eating.
That's what I hate.
rations.
Like you know the struggle. At the end of the day, you have a sugar daddy. You go back home. You are going to Mkuku, but you acting like
You know, you're gonna come out of that thing with the we've don't talk with your 9,000. What's the point? What's the point? Because as much as these sugar daddies are spending, they'll never give you something you can carry on with your life. They'll always buy you that iPhone 14, that weave that cost $9,000.
But if a girl who's living upon that life, who's like, you know, I'm happy with the sugar daddy, I'm happy. At least you can give me what I want when I want it, and you can't. What would you say?
I can't. I still have myself. That's one thing I can say. I'm still at peace. You know, there's just a lot I can say at the moment. It's gonna sound like I don't care, but pretty much I actually don't. But I have me, and I was trying to show you this so you can be a better person, and maybe take his money, use it for something good. Now when he leaves, you have to jump onto the next sugar daddy.
Yeah, because there was even this one that I used to be busy with. She had a blesser, some Nigerian guy. She like, they never give them money. It's always presents. It's always like gifts, like Gucci, whatever you want, you will get it, but it's never money.
It's never money. And if apparently nowadays when they give you money, it's for some rituals.
Would you be with a girl that has a sugar daddy and both of you are eating the money?
What are you asking?
Both of you.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I have pride. Not that I have this thing.
And my pride won't allow me.
I think it's pride. I have pride. I feel like
feeding off another man.
Even like in my own relationship per se, I wouldn't want my woman to lead it. I wouldn't want to go to my girl and ask her for money. I would rather suffer, boy, sleep hungry and she'll never know. That's just who I am. Those are just my morals. Those are like, as a guy, I'll need to provide.
I just never be with the hand that makes more than me.
Really?
Nah, I can't. Women are disrespectful, bro.
But what if there's a one who makes more than you, but she's still respectful? She still treats you the way. Because there was a pastor. No, I'm not. It's not a lie. There was a pastor that I used to go to church to back in the days in Khalekstyle. He lost his job for like two years and things like that. He preaches about a lot. He lost his job for like 2 years, and this woman was working. But he always talks about like how she never changed her way. She never disrespected him. She never made him look down. She never looked down on him. And he still sticked, you know, she still gave him the love and the respect and everything, even though he was not providing for like 2 years straight.
That's a rough patch, my man.
That's very unlikely nowadays, man.
But like, everything's a rough patch.
No,
that's
a rough patch. The reason I'm saying it's a rough patch because like when they started, he had money. You get me?
Not that he had money, you could afford.
Yeah, he could provide. So now she knows that this is temporary and she gets another job. So now now we're talking about things that are different.
From the get-go.
It's just not gonna work. If you from the get-go you find a woman that has more money than you, it's never gonna work.
Look at it like this. Guys that are with women right now that make way more than them. How many guys be called out names in front of their owns by that hand?
There's a lot.
There's a lot. They can't drag you by things, make you wash panties there in front of people. For what reason? They swear at you in front of you. Can't even have your peace anymore. Can't even have your peace anymore. For what reason?
So
Like
let
she
me say-
wants
let-
to show that she's
but let
the
me-
one in power.
But let me say she doesn't show you that. Would you still?
If she doesn't,
Because at some point, you know what's one thing that I've learned through the people that I hang out with and things like that, right? If as a man you have this moral of the money that I'm making, it's our money. The money that she's making,
it's hers.
make peace with it. Just make peace with it. I even know this boy's father. He told me, he's like, this woman has been working for over 12, 15 years, whatever. He doesn't even know the salary that she gets up to this day. You know,
So keep that private for yourself, yeah. But no,
Because
yeah.
I
No, that's just a conversation. Like I was even talking to my boss.
you're like a
Something
small man now. How can you not know your wife's salary?
some men they just stick to being there. They're providing. They
That's
don't care.
weird, man.
but you see,
It's also weird.
also what you said, your money is.
In general, of course, that's nature. Men is money. It's our money.
It's our money.
A woman's money is her money.
It's her money.
And of course, whatever gives
So
a woman,
now-
she'll multiply it.
So now imagine you're making our money that's lower than hers.
But on days where, but there'll be days where things are tough. Of course, she's not. As a wife, she is gonna step up,
If she's one of those. If she's one of
and
those.
she can only be one of those if you act.
Not even if you guys come from far, you will never find a.
My point is, how do you guys expect to get far if you're not even willing to,
Jump certain things.
step in that territory of having such? Because at some point, like the way things are going, it is gonna be where women are making more money than men. You feel me? So like, how do we tackle it as guys? It's like, just because she makes more money, I'm gonna be like, nah, she's not the one for me.
Because it's look, they're not emotional. Not everyone is going to be emotionally
So-
intelligent to understand that sometimes let my men be the man. And most of the time, like there's a reason why there's dominance and submissive. Because now if she's got more money, my nigga, like what does she need from you? Think about it. What does she need from you?
Okay.
That's nothing.
You know what? I'm glad you asked me that question. Regardless of what a woman has in her past, she always needs something from you. There are women, boy, I'm telling you now, there are women who make money, right? We have money, boy, but they still call the men and be like, you know what? I'm hungry, because they understand that the man's job is to provide the relationship.
Those ones are
And they
women that are
give the men
emotionally
they give the
intelligent.
men that's what I'm saying. So if she gives the man the platform for him to be a man, because every woman can be submissive as long as she gets the love, the support, and the leadership in the relationship. Not everything has to come, not everything has to be money oriented. You feel me? So at the end of the day, as much as she's making more money, but she doesn't make me feel like she's making that money. She still makes me play my role. She still lets me pay for the dates. Of course, she's not pay once in a while. Of course, she's not buy groceries once in a while. Of course, she's not buy the kids' shoes without me knowing. But in the day, as long as the things that need to be done as a man, I'm doing them.
Now that's a different
But,
type of woman.
but in a marriage, in most cases, women have more money than the men. As much as she might be making less money, but in account, best believe she has more money than the men.
Do you think when you guys have a simple argument, you know how women take it there? Like they literally take it
But you
there.
guys, but
take
it's
it.
like what you said last time, where you were like,
That's
why
a
we're
one-
judging.
That's a 1% thing, right? Like definitely you it can happen that you find a woman that's emotionally intelligent, né? But my guy, if like which is fine, maybe you have more money than her, right? And you guys are having a conversation. Even they say it sometimes. Like money kind of changes. Even they say, "Oh, dating sugar daddies or somebody that has more money will tell you that this is my house. I bought you these cars." So now just imagine now you guys are having an argument, right? Just on a normal basis, she tells you about things that she knows how can hurt you, just so that you can calm down. Just so that you know your place, that she can actually be that girl. They always say that even that girl that we had, she's like, she has the capability of like showing her boyfriend that, hey, I will break you. Now, if a girl can do that, when she has money, what is she going to do? Like, you can't tell her jack shit. Like, right now, she may think, I really want this light bulb to get fixed. And when they are procrastinating, tomorrow you're going to come back with the light bulb fixed. and how you're gonna feel about that. So it's very risky. It's a risk to take, and that maybe if it happens that you guys truly love each other, it's gonna be a risk. Probably you guys are gonna get a divorce because of the fights that you guys have because they're too personal. I would personally say that don't do it. Don't ever settle for a woman that has her own house
So I feel like
and her own things, and when you
I
are depending on her.
I understand that's deeper now. Let me say now we're in our 30s and this is a way women at our age are more stable. I'm talking about like now.
How old are we?
I'm just talking about like in our 20s. You meet a girl who's making her ways to make money more than you, because women have ways to make money. I'm not talking about sleeping around. I'm just talking about they're more skilled. I'm being specific. They're more skilled to make more money. They can be doing hair. They can be doing makeup for other women. How would you feel if the girl you're dating now,
Her money amounts more to mine at the end of the
she has more money than you? I'm not even talking about marriage. Let's leave. None of us are there yet.
I'm really going to, from the jump net, should I go into the relationship?
Because
I'm gonna feel uncomfortable.
But you found the stable, If she's like Kate, I have
its
everything
pros
that I
and
need.
its cons,
Yeah, that's pro. Yeah.
Its pros, it could push me to also be a better man. But its cons, as much as we're not married and stuff, she might just bring it up like, you can't even afford to take me on a simple date.
That breaks a man, bro. Those are little things that
I understand.
That breaks a
I understand.
man, man.
But also, which also goes to the point where I'm like, I always preach this thing of like date within your budget. These people that are out of our budget, let them be. But if you say a hand has a week of 4,000, I don't even know how much a week, but if it's like 4,000, 5,000, and you still wanna go there knowing your budget is like 45 rand, what were you doing there? Because I feel like exchange, we also have this thing like we get attracted to such things. The next thing when we were there, we treat like too judgmental. We're like, nah, this hand, she's full of herself. What she doesn't need, whatever,
You say that
she goes to groove. Because of all money, you feel me?
Yeah.
I understand personally. Okay, me also, I wouldn't want 100 grooves.
You
Like, I wouldn't, like, there's no.
zero.
If
Let's
she
not
grooves
lie.
my boy, if she grooves, it better be like once after a while, not like every
With
weekend.
me.
See, when I every weekend drive,
You know who's where and what and things like that. So just feel like as guys, also things that we need to do. We need to understand where we stand. We need to be honest with ourselves to a point where, like you said, like you're honest, and you even said it, on the podcast where you are saying, I'm a player.
as much as I don't like calling myself that.
Okay, you vibing. Okay, you like vibing, and you stick
I like
to
being
that.
around.
You like being around. You like being around, and you're okay with it until you find the right person. So at the end of the day, if you find a hand that's doing the same thing, it's not our place to even judge. Because at the end of the day, you doing what you're doing, and you're attracting. Like we have this thing where like we attract what you attract your reflection at some point.
But it's
And
different.
I did. I was like, it's a point where you're attracting. Yeah.
I know your beliefs, you attract them and stuff, but man,
It's not even beliefs, but it's just like it happens naturally.
Energy.
Energy, because you know what you want. So of course you're gonna get attracted to something that's familiar to your energy.
But remember, what I'm thinking and what I'm doing is different.
That's true.
You can do it, like right now, you can't do as I do, but do as I say. I can tell you do this because I see what I can do for you. But if you're gonna follow the way I move, that's different. So I like I was about to say, you say you will be meet the same. Remember, with me, you can never call me a slut, but you can call me a slut maker. You see, that's the difference. She's gonna get judged upon it. I'm not.
Yeah, that's because
Yo.
You check. That's the difference. I'm sorry.
How could you say?
so you're saying what you're saying indirect. If a fisherman catches 10,000 fish, he's a great fisherman.
He's a great fisherman.
But if the same fish is caught 10 times by different fishermen,
there's something wrong
with the fish, because it knows the hook, it knows the web,
it knows everything. It knows how it probably even knows the river.
where the hotspot is at, where she can get.
Nah,
I get your point.
But like you say, in the fishermen, we all use different types of what's this?
Being a player, being a fuckboy, and all those things. Yeah.
It's different.
But also that's also deep, because most women like to defend themselves. Like, if my body count is higher than yours, does that make me a slut? Because in the day you also do the same thing. Which is something that I always tell them. I'm like, what, as guys, as much as we might play around, I can have sex with this person, this, or the other, but I'm not there emotionally.
It's never emotional.
It's never emotional. Because I was talking to Lisette about it also. She's like, yeah, you know, women are more emotionally invested. So if she's playing around a lot, that means she's giving a part of her to a lot of guys. While me, I'm just giving the pipe.
The pipe.
Then I'm out.
Just piping down.
You feel me? So in the day, like it's a sticky situation, but I feel like we need to come to a point where like we're just honest.
You know,
Can they be honest with us? Because they've been asking us to be honest with them, and recently that's why we've been doing it. But they're taking it. Yo, if you get there, you be like, Joe, me, I want you, and I just wanna, you know.
Yeah.
She'll act funny, but all she asked for was the truth.
So I feel like if we are both, so in conclusion, you thinking that if we are both honest from the get-go, I'm a player. Okay, not a player. Let's stop using that word. If I'm saying for me, I wanna vibe with you and you wanna vibe with me. If we get hurt, we get hurt. But my fear is like, until when does this stop? You know, like if we are becoming like this and we're okay with such, because it's not good habit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not something that's good. It's not something that is good that we're doing around this, you know.
It's really
right, and media made it worse.
And yeah, like right now we're literally preparing to jump out of real relationships.
Yeah, like no one is willing to stick through it all. You know, I was even reading this novel for Will Smith where he was like he believes in like when he got married to this first woman, Sharon or something like that. Yeah, so he spoke about like after they got the divorce, he was willing to make it work. He understood that, you know what, I said this vows in front of God, and if I quit on this marriage so early, you know, and I jump to the next, isn't that something that's gonna affect even my children? Because in the day, if he tried to run away that from his parents because his parents got divorced, and it's like the last thing that he wants to do is get divorced. So the moment where he got to a point where his parents were where he's getting divorced, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it work. But what that did for him, it just made him, you know, it drained him even more and more until he found Jada, so he calls a soulmate and things like that. So in the day, he knew is like, you know what, in the line of the divorce, he found someone else that he felt like, you know what, this is the one for me. So in the day, like as much as we try to run away from certain things and be like, you know what, this is not the way to do it, but if we're true to ourselves and be like, you know what, this is what I want, and we lead the way, I feel like a woman at some point, she is gonna, you know, settle. Because the last thing that I need is like, okay, the last thing that this world needs is more people like
me.
You know, like where we just okay with vibing. Because in the day, you vibing, we turn off our hands. I'm here vibing, we turn off this guy's hands. You know, next thing is just a world where we just sharing our part or part of us, but no one is actually willing to settle down. And where does that lead to at the end of the day?
It leads to fucked up economy.
And it's fucked up. Like even me, like I won't lie, like
it leads to
messed up. Because like I feel like we don't even have good examples. We don't even have good examples of.
We don't, because it's the youth, the people we should be looking up to that's doing this thing. And I mean, at this point, if you look at it from the way I've been looking at it, like we say the youth is the one that's fucked up, but these same hot ones that we be looking up to is the ones that are fucking with our hands, that are making us uncomfortable with dating.
Because they'll be giving them money and things like, I'm trying to build something legit. This comes with 10,000. I'm committing with 10,000.
I don't have the 10,000 to give. I don't even have the 10,000.
Which leads to like this thing where they'll be like, stick to your budget, but at the end of the day, who's really within my budget if everyone is the same?
If everyone's the same, who's within my budget? No one. So right now, it needs to go back to the place where you need to be manipulating these hands so they can stay with you.
And also it gets to a point where I feel like if us as gents, as guys, if we act right, and it's just to start on top, it's not even about youth anymore, it's just to start like from our forefathers, because I can't be going to groove by seeing my your fathers there holding a pipe.
Holding a pipe saying skate
pipe. I'm just supposed to be sleeping at home with your wife or something, you know. So next time we're competing with people who are supposed to be leaders in the youth or in the community. But now we're even competing with them. Now me and my Rotman, who's like 20 years older than me, I'm competing with the same hand.
And they even have the nerve to come tell you, hey, I was with this hand. Like to them, as much as they might be a trophy wife, trophy girlfriend, trophy whatever.
Because
I could have been my future wife.
So if they can change their ways,
then we can maybe change ours. I said it, maybe. Maybe. Not sure as yet.
So whether you feel like you wish to change, you wish you're gonna change, you wish you're gonna find.
I wish to change.
Once you are more stable, once your business grows more.
You know, at this At this point, I don't know, but I want to change. Believe me, I want to. This thing, this thing of knowing that you've lost, get the hands on the way, it'll haunt you. It's not a good thing. It'll haunt you.
Because every time you see them on Instagram, hey boys,
or wherever you see them, you go to bed thinking about that.
I could have changed my ways.
I could have changed my ways, but look now, she's gone.
But you know what? Next time I interview you, hopefully you'll be in a relationship and you'll be with the hand that's more stable.
If it's this year, I doubt.
I'm not saying now, boy. I'm giving you years, boy. Like 5 years, 10 years down the line, you feel me? But honestly, like I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you being this truthful towards everyone, whoever's watching this. 2 people, 20 people, I don't care. But at the end of the day, like I just feel like it was nice information of someone, to be honest. Because at the end of the day, we have this thing of like, we just want to be, what do you call them?
Want to be cool.
Want to be cool, want to be like, wow, this loyal guy, this good guy. So it's just nice to also get other side
wholesome things.
You know, it's nice to get the other side of the world where most guys are at, but they're not willing to admit we're there. So just nice to see that side of the world, and also, even though we are on that side, we're also seeing the other side. Is like as much as you're willing to be
with the other side.
On the other side, you know.
I want to go back to the other side.
But now you get there, you'll find the one. Because you see, if you're the right woman and you're watching,
I'll be the right guy for you.
Run away, my sister.